When you think about the ways in which the world's population is rising, and you think about the fact that previously poor nations are now increasing their energy use, then it's no surprise that scientists and economists are predicting that concentrations of these greenhouse gases, the heat-trapping gases, are going to increase in the years ahead. And what this means for the planet is dramatic changes are in store for our weather. Now, the former Treasurer Peter Costello said that Australia used to live beyond its means because we had budget deficits, and these were leaving behind a debt for our children and leaving the burden for future generations. But in the case of carbon emissions, we are not living within our means. We are using up the planet's atmosphere and leaving behind the burden, the consequences for future generations. Now, our planet's weather system is a very complex thing, and the changes vary from place to place, region to region, country and country. But the headline impacts are clear enough. Temperature rise, that's why it's called global warming. Melting of the polar ice caps, sea level rise, inundation of Pacific Islands, inundation of low-lying coastal regions, more frequent, more severe extreme weather events like hurricanes, storms, droughts, bushfires, the movement of tropical and other diseases, and as a result of all of the above, displacement of people from areas that they presently live in and conflicts where they seek to find new homes. We will have global warming refugees, which can have implications for Australia. It's one thing for Australia to contemplate taking a fair proportion of the 12,000 inhabitants of Tuvalu or the 100,000 plus inhabitants of Kiribati, whose islands are going to be rendered uninhabitable by rising sea levels and storm surges. Let me digress and say that the previous government said it was unwilling to take these people, but it's a matter of some irony in my view that the government of New Zealand has said that it will, because we have an open door agreement with New Zealand, so they will manage to find their way here. But it's another thing altogether for us to be able to take in the 100 million Bangladeshis whose river delta land will be inundated over the course of the next 100 years. Global heating will fuel wars over access to scarce water resources or viable agricultural land. This is already a serious factor, not sufficiently remarked on, in conflicts in Africa, South America and the Middle East. People who have no jobs, no assets and no prospects are unquestionably more receptive to the blandishments of religious fundamentalists. So the consequences of global heating will vary from area to area. They will no doubt not be all bad, but the majority of them will be. The world will not be a better or happier place as a result of climate change. And the impacts in Australia are also clear enough. Drought. For southern Australia, the biggest impact is unquestionably reduced rainfall and water availability. Here in Melbourne, we used to have a reputation as being a wet, 4 seasons in a day kind of city. Now we barely need an umbrella. Same for